Okay, get this. Did you know that for some of the most popular public lands in the United States, you have just a staggering 0.3% chance of landing your desired campsite reservation? I mean, seriously, that's a fraction of a single percent. If you've ever felt like literally pulling your hair out on launch morning, desperately clicking your mouse while your dream vacation just slips away right in front of you, well, you're not crazy, and your frustration, it is entirely justified. Welcome back to another explainer. Securing that perfect campsite, it isn't just about luck anymore. It's absolutely about strategy and execution. Landing that dream spot means waking up under the stars, escaping the daily grind, and bringing home an incredible story. So today, we're handing you the definitive, tactical guide to navigating the system and actually winning a campsite on Recreation.gov. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's the exact roadmap we'll use today to turn a frustrating booking process into a winning strategy. We'll start with a welcome to Recreation.gov, cover account setup and searching, walk through securing your reservation, talk about overcoming challenges, and finally go over some budget and beginner tips.
Starting with Section 1, Welcome to Recreation.gov.
To kick things off, we really need to understand the massive foundation and the arena we're dealing with here. Recreation.gov is the centralized travel planning platform for 14 participating federal agencies. We are talking about a gateway to over 3,600 facilities and 103,000 individual sites. This isn't just someplace to park a tent, right? It grants you access to camping, tickets, permits, and tours across national forests, national parks, and Bureau of Land Management lands. From a rustic U.S. Forest Service cabin all the way to a highly coveted tent site in Yosemite, this massive database is literally your one-stop portal to the great outdoors. Moving right along to Section 2, Account Setup and Searching. Listen, preparation before launch day is absolutely non-negotiable. If you wait to set up your account until the morning reservations drop, you're going to lose. Creating an account with your name, email, and phone, confirming that email, and setting your password takes about 10 minutes. Doing that when you only have 60 seconds to snag a site? Yeah, that'll cost you the trip. Do this well in advance, and be sure to save your login credentials to your browser so they autocomplete. Boom, time saved. Once you're signed in, you can effectively use the search functionality. By selecting the Camping and Lodging tab, you activate specific filters allowing you to narrow down options by tent, RV, or cabins. You can also use these filters to find sites with specific amenities, like proximity to water or restrooms, so you can find exactly what fits your specific camping needs. And this brilliantly illustrates what you'll see when you actually look at the campsite list grid. Decoding this battlefield is absolutely crucial for understanding your options. A in the blue box means available. That's your target. R in gray is reserved, and X means unavailable. Now, NR in the orange box means not released yet, meaning the booking window hasn't even opened. Finally, FF in teal stands for first come, first served. Once you learn to quickly read these symbols on the grid, navigating your options becomes totally second nature.
All right, Section 3, Securing your reservation.
This is the critical execution phase, where seconds literally matter. The absolute biggest hurdle for beginners is understanding the 6-month rolling window. This is a booking policy where a specific date opens exactly 6 months in advance. To put that into perspective, a stay starting on December 5th opens exactly on June 5th. To lock in a multi-day trip, you must book the morning the very first night of your stay opens. Once you click that first night, you can then add the consecutive days to your reservation before checking out. It's a real game changer once you get the hang of it. When that release window opens, it is an absolute race. You need to rapidly click your arrival date, select your departure morning, and immediately hit Add to Cart. Once that site is secured in your cart, you can finally breathe. You have a 15-minute window to enter your payment and complete the purchase. But hey, a quick tip for managing your reservations: always review the need-to-know cancellation rules before confirming. Most reservations have a standard $10 cancellation fee, plus per-night penalties if you cancel within 14 days of your trip. Let's jump to Section 4, Overcoming Booking Challenges. Even with perfect execution, hurdles pop up, so we need to manage sold-out sites and tackle common system misconceptions. Actually, let's debunk a major myth right now. You'll often hear that malicious computer bots are stealing all the campsite reservations the second they open. And look, your frustration is entirely justified, but the reality is actually much simpler and maybe a bit more daunting. Millions of eager human campers are manually clicking reserve at the exact same time. The sheer volume of demand vastly exceeds the limited supply of campsites, so your real competitor isn't a robot, it's immense human volume. Now, what's really interesting about this is the incredible hope hidden in cancellation data if you happen to miss out on launch day. Looking at cancellation numbers for the highly sought-after Upper Pines Campground in Yosemite National Park, a massive 40% of cancellations happen just 0 to 3 days out from the stay date. Seriously, 40%. People's plans change at the very last minute. If you keep a close eye on the system, you can absolutely scoop up prime real estate right before the weekend. But on drop day itself, you need the ultimate workaround, a rock-solid backup plan. The biggest beginner mistake is fixating on just one campground. You need to identify 3 to 5 backup campgrounds within 60 miles of your target. Include state park and Forest Service sites, which are often less crowded, as well as first-come, first-served options. Bookmark all of these URLs in advance in separate browser tabs. If your first choice is gone at 7 a.m. in 30 seconds, no worries, you just click over to tab 2 at 7:01 and secure your backup. Finally, Section 5, Budget and Beginner Tips. We want to ensure your trip is not only successful but also budget-friendly, especially for first-timers. Let's look at the numbers for a family weekend getaway. According to Camping Report data, an average weekend hotel stay can easily run north of $600. Compare that to a mid-range camping trip at a national park for around $380, or a budget trip to a Forest Service site using your own gear for just $163. That is the budget case proven right there. Even with federal booking fees, camping beats almost every other option on a cost-per-night basis. So, how do we actually hit those budget numbers? Follow this actionable advice. First off, camp in the shoulder seasons like April to May or September to October, when fees are lower and the crowds are way thinner. If you're a first-time camper, don't go out and buy top-tier gear. Just use blankets, towels, and cast-iron pans directly from your house. If you do need gear, buy it at the end of the season when stores completely slash prices. Also, check the Farmer's Almanac long-range forecast to plan for dry, mild windows, because a rained-out trip isn't a cheap trip. And a quick reminder for beginners, always pack essential safety gear and practice leave-no-trace principles to protect these lands. Finally, prep your camp meals at home. Chopped veggies and marinated meats travel easily and save you money and time at the campsite. So the crucial point is, federal discount passes are an incredible tool available to instantly cut costs. The America the Beautiful annual pass is just $80 and covers entrance to every federal day-use site for a full year. There's also an $80 senior lifetime pass, completely free access passes for residents with permanent disabilities, free military passes for active duty and veterans, and get this, even a free pass for the family of any U.S. fourth grader. These passes easily pay for themselves and can literally slash your entrance fees to zero. Now, a quick heads up before we wrap up our tactical guide. Please note this important disclaimer. The information we've discussed is based on the current system as of August 14th, 2026. System rules, fees, and booking rolling windows are always subject to change, so you should definitely check Recreation.gov directly for the most current updates before planning your next trip. Well, you now have the ultimate playbook. Your accounts are prepped, your backup tabs are bookmarked, and you know exactly how to conquer the drop day rush. The wilderness is waiting to be explored, and you've got the tools to get there. So, the only question left is, where will your first search take you?